Evening all. I mentioned in my last video, or my channel introduction video, that my first build was probably going to be quite slow going, so I said that just to have some content going on the channel that I would show off, or not show off, but showcase some of my guitars that I have. This is the only guitar that I have left that I did any work to myself. The other ones I had were, one was a kit guitar that I just put together, and the other one was one that I started but I don't have anymore, so this is the only one that I have. So this started out as a 1991 62 reissue Fender Stratocaster. I bought this guitar in about 2002, 2003. It was in immaculate condition when I got it. So this kind of started out, I just bought the SRV decals or stickers, and I was just going to put those on the pick guard and leave it at that. But then I started wanting to try and relic this guitar to kind of emulate Stevie Ray Vaughan's #1. As you could tell, it's not an exact representation. I didn't go and blow up photographs of the guitar and then overlay it on the body and mark out where I want chips and dings and stuff. I do plan on doing that at some point, but when I did this guitar, that's not what I had in mind. I just wanted it to be just a representation. So just let me zoom the camera in here, and I'll just point out a few things that I did. So I replaced all of the electronics in this guitar as I was working on it. I aged the knobs and the pickup covers myself. The pick guard that I put on it was a used pick guard, so that was naturally relic, I guess you could say. I swapped out the standard pickups that were in it for some Texas Special pickups. As you can tell as well, the bridge, I swapped out the right-handed trem for a left-handed gold tremolo and bridge. So that is actually naturally relic, I'll say. It's I bought it as a used vintage style bridge, so all of the aging that's on that bridge is natural. Same with the arm. The output jack, I did relic that myself. But regards to the finish, I just put a heat gun to that and a lot of chipping and banging and dropping the guitar or whatever I needed to do to damage it and chip it up. And then I just used some graphite and some charcoals, this sort of thing, to age it up a bit. And then I essentially just clear coated it with a matte finish coat. And then of course I added the decals, a couple of little things that I did. You can see there on the corner of the custom decal there, I curled up the corner of that. The picture that I was using to kind of go by had that corner rolled up, so I did that. As well, I snapped the end off of the pick guard there on the very tip of the horn there. And that was pretty much it that I did for the front of the body. Just let me flip it over here and I'll just show you the back. So the back of the guitar was much the same. I didn't go for an exact you know, every ding and scratch. I didn't go to the extent to try to match that up exactly. I did add the signature right below the back cavity there. I also had I'm not sure, I can't remember if I had a photograph of the neck plate or if I had read it somewhere, what the serial number that was stamped into the neck plate, so I did that as well. Hard stamped that in. Let me just turn it around and just show you the neck. I didn't do a whole lot to the neck, but I'll just show you what I did anyways. So with the neck, really all I did was, again, I just dinged it up here and there, sanded the finish off in a few areas, went over it with some graphites and charcoal, again just to kind of weather it and relic it a little bit. I didn't go really heavy on the relicking on this, on the neck and stuff. Just let me show you the front of the headstock. So the same with the front of the headstock, a little bit of sanding, a little bit using charcoal powders and that sort of thing. And I just put one relatively small burn. Just right here. Funny thing, when most people see this guitar, that's usually the one thing that they always ask about is, how did I put that burn in there? And yeah, all I did was lit a cigarette and laid it there, so I don't know what the big mystery is there with that, but so anyways guys, that's my SRV guitar. So I think out of all the guitars I have, if I had to get rid of them all, this would probably be the last one that I would let go, I think. Like I said, it's not exact, but I am pretty happy with how it came out, since it was my first attempt at anything like that. So so yeah, now we'll just see how it sounds. Some of you might want to plug your ears for this. I might have a few guitars and I like to play around with them, but I'm far from a guitar player and more of a noise maker, really. So yeah, let's just have a quick demo of how this sounds, and we'll call it done.